Everyone's keep collecting the hook formulas, saving them, thinking that this is something that will finally help them to grow their account, and thinking that there is some magic plug and play hook that they can just use and it will blow up everything for them. But obviously those lists, they do run out, and not all of them can be adapted to your niche. And honestly, they don't guarantee anything. Usually all those videos where you can see 100 best hooks for your reels, they're usually there for clickbait. How many times did you actually save those hooks? And how many times did you actually use it after that? That's the main question. But what if I told you that there is an actual formula, not the plug and play hook, but the formula which you can use to create hook which will work for your niche? And if you know this formula, you can create 20, 30, 50 hooks which will be based on what you're talking about. This is the exact formula I use whenever I create scripts for my clients. I analyzed more than, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of viral reels, so I already know how everything is structured usually on the internet, and I use this formula to create content for the people who I work with. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to create 20 to 30 hooks for yourself as well. And before we dive in, let me tell you a little bit of like why I can actually tell you about this. First, I worked with a number of experts who I helped to build their social media profiles. And usually the way I do it is I analyze the best performing reels in each niche, and then I create ideas for them based on this. But I don't anyway start with the ideas straight away. First, I obviously do the marketing research, and I analyze how an expert can stand out on social media right now. And what I've noticed, especially when I work with people who are just starting out on social media, and all the time they think like that the hook is something that they don't understand, and they always ask me, but like, how can I come up with the best hooks? And that's when I realized that a lot of people mostly just share like plug and play templates for you, but nobody is actually teaching you how to create them yourself. Nobody is telling you how to generate 10 ideas for your content, for your niche, instead of searching for some magical plug and play template which will work for exactly this situation. And this is why I decided to create this video where I would give you like the skeleton of what you can combine together in order to get the good hook. And once you understand the system, you will never run out of ideas again. But let's think again why those 100 viral hooks, they don't work. I think it's in general, firstly, the psychology, because everyone is looking for some magic pill. It works for hooks, it works for prompts. And that's exactly how I grow as well, because I shared like the prompts for ChatGPT. But be honest, I even did some research where people would ask me for the prompts, I would send it to them, and then 1 week later I ask them, so did you actually use it? And people don't, because they think that just because I saved it, something will change. But even if you downloaded 100 best hooks, they first are not really adaptable. You might see the template, but you don't know how to adapt it to your niche. Sometimes it might be not adaptable at all. Second, okay, let's say you downloaded 100, you filmed 100 reels, what are you going to do after that? And also those hooks, they don't take into account your tone of voices. They can be too aggressive or they can be too soft. You need to find the balance for yourself, and that's why you need to know how to create hooks from the beginning in general. And also, whenever you download all those templates, you don't learn anything yourself. You just copy, and copying is not going to get you far. You need to learn the basics, the mechanics of how to create a hook yourself, because all you need is the formula. All you need is like the skeleton, which you can use whenever you're creating content, either for yourself or for the people who you work with, and you can adapt it to any niche, you can adapt it to your audience, and you can adapt it to whatever you're trying to achieve in that month. So let me give you the core structure right now, and obviously like there is a lot of more variations over there, but I'm going to give you the main one which will work if you have any expert content that you can create for your audience. Step 1, you are starting with the skeleton. And usually it all starts with the question word and the action. So for example, if you're in the fitness industry, you can say how to lose weight. Super simple. That's your base. That's where you're going to be adding layers on, but it starts with how to is the question word, and then the action that they want to achieve, how to lose weight. The other examples can be how to read books, how to eat healthy, how to grow on social media. It all follows the same structure. And you can say, but it's so boring. And yes, because it's basics, and that's where you begin with. I don't say that this is your hook for the video, but this is where you start. And I really hope you're not going to be doing this for your videos, because if people would use this in marketing, the whole world would be super boring and all the companies would die. So right now I want you to pause this video and write the skeleton for your content. You will do how to do X, how to do something which you can talk about. And the second step is you need to add the benefit. And this is where a lot of creators fail. They just skip this step, and this step is super important. You need to add a layer of benefits, like why they need to do this. Why would I want to lose weight? Why they would want to do something? So ask these questions: to achieve what? Why would I do that? And so what would I achieve? And this is the most important element of your hook. Without this, your hook is not going to stand out on social media. Without the benefit, you cannot create emotions and you will not be able to trigger interest. So this benefit is like really important base of your foundation. So for example, if we're going from how to lose weight, we can say how to lose weight to stop finally feeling invisible at family gatherings, or how to lose weight to fit in my wedding dress, or how to lose weight so I can be prepared for summer holidays, or how to lose weight so you can finally feel energetic again. It can be any benefit, but the point is there should be something why they would want to do this. And you can ask, so where do I find these benefits? Well, first you need to know your target audience, and usually you do it through talking to your actual clients, potential clients, what they come into you with, what they want to achieve. And obviously, if you don't have clients, then you can always simulate a AI persona with ChatGPT and then talk to them. But whenever you talk to real people, it's obviously the best. But AI persona, if you set it up correctly, it can give you exactly the same language as the real person would. And you need to make sure that you don't take the broad target audience. For example, if you in general talking about fitness, there are still sub segments in this target audience. So you need to choose one segment and find the benefit for this particular segment. So please don't do it from like guessing, or don't think that you can find it on social media. This is the work that you need to be doing yourself. You need to do research either with real people or with AI. Step 3 is that you need to add a trigger. This is the layer that makes your hook attention grabbing, and there are lots of different ones. I'm gonna talk about the one that is like super easy to add. It's called the simplicity trigger. So let's say at the moment we have how to lose weight so you don't feel invisible at family gatherings. How to add the simplicity trigger? How to quickly lose weight. The word quickly is the simplicity trigger. It shows you that there is like fast solution, quick solution, something they can do straight away. It makes it accessible and it makes your hook really stand out because everyone is looking for fast solution. That's why we started with this video where everyone is looking for 100 viral hooks because they think it's fast. And that's exactly why you downloaded all those hooks, because there was like how to create hooks fast. This is 100 lists for you. So you believed into this simplicity trigger that someone gave you the list of hooks. And step 4 that you can use in here as well is to add targeting. Means that you don't speak to everyone who is thinking how to lose weight, but you're speaking to specific segment of your audience, and you actively name them in the hook so they feel like this content is specifically for them. So for example, how to quickly lose weight so you don't feel invisible at family gatherings if you're after 40, or how to quickly lose weight so you don't feel invisible at family gatherings if you've just given birth. But you basically name the people who would benefit from this reel straight away in the beginning. So the complete formula is you take the skeleton, you add the benefit, you add the trigger, and you add the targeting. If you will start creating hooks for your reels in this formula, I'm 100% sure that your reels will already start getting you better results than what you started before. And it will also take the guesswork out for you, because you will actually know how to structure the hook for your particular idea, for your particular reels, rather than trying to find some magic hook template somewhere else. And if you stop this video right now and actually do the work yourself, if you will write down the skeleton, what benefits I can add, what triggers I can add, and how to differentiate this hook for different segments of target audience that you have, you will realize something really powerful. It will be that you can create content for any niche, for any idea, for anything. And it doesn't have to be only for reels. You can use it for carousels, you can use it for posts, you can use it for threads, you can use it for YouTube. This is the magic formula that works on every social media platform, because it triggers the emotions, it triggers the attention of people that they will actually would want to watch the rest of the content. And also the magic of this formula, where it's like 4 parts, you can generate almost unlimited ideas. First you take like one benefit, then you skip then you choose another benefit, another benefit, then you can just use different triggers, then you can use different segments, and you can turn one idea into 20. And this is exactly how you go from trying to look for some hook ideas on the internet to having unlimited ideas for hooks that will actually work for you. The important note that I wanted to say is that this doesn't really work when you do a storytelling reels or like storytelling pieces of content. This is mostly for educational experts styles of reels, carousels, or whatever, because for storytelling it works in a little bit different way. However, I am pretty sure that almost everyone who watches these videos, they create some kind of expert content, and this hook is the goal that you can start using today already to start creating better content. And if you really learn this system once, you don't even need multiple different formulas for hooks, because there are some other ones. But if you learn just this one and actually implement it, please don't just watch this video and forget about it, but try to create at least 5 reels using this formula so that it clicks in your brain how to do this, and everything will become so much easier for you. You will stop depending on the plug and play templates you will actually be able to create hooks for your videos all the time by yourself. And as I mentioned before, there are more different formulas that you can use for your content, and you don't need to learn just only how to do the hook. You also need to learn how to do the script, how to do the CTA, how to build funnels. I help people do all of this from scratch when I work with them, either when I do their content completely or I coach people who come to me to my mentorship. However, I'm trying to share as much information as I can also in here. So I hope this was useful for you. If you want deeper work on your content and you're finally ready to start making sure that your content will stand out in this sea of the same generic post that everyone can create with AI, you can always come to me for coaching, because I also teach you how to use AI, and I teach you how to implement this within AI so that AI will create content sounding like authentically yours. It's just that it wouldn't be written by hand by you. And the reason why I teach first the basics without the AI, because you need to understand in general how social media is structured. Once you know how to create content yourself, it's so much easier to explain to AI what you actually want to do. Because a lot of people, they come to ChatGPT and say, give me 10 scripts for this idea, or give me 10 hooks, but they don't even know if it's going to work or not. So I always teach people, like, first learn how to create content yourself, and then add the next layer, how AI can scale the content for you. Right now, I create all of my content with AI. All of my scripts are written by AI. All of my captions are written by AI. Even this script was written by AI. But the difference is that I explained to it first what I want to talk about. I explained to it first how everything should be structured. I explained my story. I explained my method. So whenever AI gives me the results, it talks like I would do myself, except that I don't need to actually physically write all my content myself. AI does it for me. So if you're ready to stop going from mediocre content that takes you 5 hours a day and struggling with what to post next or what hook to use, you can always come to me for coaching. But if not, just use this formula that I've given you in this video. Stop the video right now and do the actual work yourself. So take 10 minutes, write your skeleton, think about 5 benefits that you can use, think about the triggers that you can use, and think about the target audience segments that you have, and you will already have the list of ideas that you can film this week. And if you actually found this useful, subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing more videos on AI and content creation, and the next week I'm going to post the video of how to actually create the script of the video. Now you know how to do the hook. The next step is how to create the script. So subscribe to not miss that video as well. And remember just one more thing, that templates run out, trends, they die down, but systems, they stay forever. Learn the main formulas once and you can use it for the next couple of years at least, for sure. See you next week.